The man wanted for the brutal rape of a child in Detroit back in 2007 is now behind bars after more than a decade on the run.
U.S. Marshals arrested Corey Gaston in Mexico on Tuesday. He's been on the top 15 most wanted list since 2011.
7 News reporter Jen Shantz is live in Detroit with how he was found and the charges he's now facing. Jen?
Well, Alan, this is a man that federal, state, and local authorities wanted badly, as you mentioned, accused of brutally raping a 10-year-old girl here in Detroit back in 2007. And today, U.S. Marshals were able to call that girl's family and tell them they got their guy. Now, Gaston is in custody here in the U.S. He's currently in Chicago, awaiting transport back here to Michigan to face several state charges. After more than a decade on the lam, U.S. Marshals say wanted fugitive Corey Gaston is finally done running.
For us, it's a huge victory. It's a huge relief.
They arrested him in Mexico on Tuesday. He was already in custody with police there for something else.
He was picked up under an alias. Those authorities began questioning him and became suspicious of him.
A fingerprint ID'd him as a wanted man. Accused of brutally raping a 10-year-old girl in Detroit in 2007, Gaston fled to Georgia, was brought back to face charges, was given a bond, and then fled again. Local, state, and federal law enforcement have been searching for him ever since.
There's no limit on how far we would go to bring somebody to stand trial for the crimes that they're accused of.
Gaston could spend more than 30 years behind bars for those crimes. He's currently in Chicago, where he'll have a hearing to prove he is who police say.
He hasn't really said too much. He's, like I said, was arrested under an alias and is stating that he is not, in fact, Corey Gaston.
U.S. Marshals say they've got fingerprints that prove otherwise. It's still unclear how Gaston got to Mexico, who helped him, or how long he'd been there.
He was living, a rough life in Mexico from what it appeared.
Once he's back in Michigan, Gaston will remain at the Wayne County Jail until he faces a judge. Now, U.S. Marshals say it could be weeks before Gaston is brought back here to Michigan. The federal charge of fleeing the country, for now, that's been dismissed as prosecutors focus on those state charges stemming from that alleged kidnapping and rape of that little girl back in 2007. And keep in mind, that victim, well, she's now in her 20s. Reporting live in downtown Detroit tonight, Jen Shantz, 7 Action News.
Great job by law enforcement, Jen. Thank you.